So here is the current situation. The power steering, I need to wait for bolts. I don't have them. SOL relocation kit. I need to get some more fittings and decide where I'm going to mount that. It might come up over the top and of the water pump and across the alternator and mount over there, or I might just spin it up and mount it right there. Got the coil mounted and all the wiring is done except for the fuel pump. I haven't got that one connected, that way I can still turn the key on. The biggest problem though is that right there, and I've got if you tell, I've got this, that's where the radiator is supposed to be, right there. There's supposed to be rubber pieces there and there. But since I got this forward-facing exhaust, I've realized that's probably why you see a bunch of people tilting their radiator. Well, that's as far forward as you can tilt it and still get the bumper on without cutting the bumper. I guess if I cut the bumper, I might be able to get it tilted a little more forward. But that also means that this stock hose is not going to fit. So I've got to figure out exactly how am I going to deal with that. This, I might be able to shorten it up to here and weld a ring on it, and then when it elbows it'll get back out to here again. That's probably going to happen. Or I was thinking I could just make a 2-inch piece of rubber, find a piece of pipe that elbows hard pipe, that way it can put up with the heat, and bring the hose over here and then come across. But then I still gotta worry about the power steering belt, because right now the way it's sitting, I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be messing with that power steering belt a little bit. So that's what I gotta figure out now. And here's a look from the bottom of this situation. Still not enough. All right, now up under the bumper here, see the radiator, and right there needs to be carved away a little bit. I could go another 1/2 inch before this needs to be carved away here, and it's here, right there, it's touching. On this side of the radiator it's already touching, but that is right here. On the bottom of the bumper. If I take that off and carve that out, I could carve that out a couple inches before it's even visible. And then the radiator bracket right here, well, I'll take the bumper off. Okay, so right here it needs to be cut, which is gonna mess with the supports. It's gonna mess with these supports because it's gonna cut those off, because those are not very wide where they get put together. Okay, so here, this is what the radiator looks like, and if I cut that away enough, heck, I could probably get this, if I cut that away enough, I can probably get this all the way to the bumper, which would drastically change how much room that hose has. But this right here, I would need a longer hose, or it'd have to dip down more or something, because the more this hose goes that way, the shorter it gets, and it gets in the way of the belt right here where the power steering belt's going to be. Okay, I've been at it all day. It's 8 o'clock. We'll call it a day. Here's where I'm at though. Right there is the oil filter relocation block. That fitting goes back to the back of the car, to the back seat anyway, to the accusump, and these two fittings over here. There. So these are the lines right here. And they go up and over here and into the well. And that's the filter. And with the trips to the store and stuff, and building it and everything. Oh, and I moved I had a fuel filter here, I moved that. Haven't reinstalled it yet, but I don't want it there. Okay, so the line from the block, this is it right here, that goes, this line right here, and it goes up and over the transmission, and then back down right here through this tunnel where the other fuel lines go, and then I zip tied it to the frame connectors, and that's a bulkhead fitting. And this is where it comes through the floor on the bulkhead fitting and goes to the pump. The pump will eventually get mounted probably there, I don't know, or something, but wherever I mount it, I'll be able to just hook it right up right there. So now I can turn the engine over without oil going all over the place, because I figured I better get that done so that I can at least turn the engine over. This power steering, I need to shim it, because when I put this on, not only does it rub this bolt, but it also doesn't line up with the proper, that one over there that it's kind of lined up with is for the alternator already, and this one, it already sticks out further. Can't really tell, but it sticks out further. Anyway, so I got to shim this that direction so that this goes onto the other pulley and gets away from those bolts. And then I didn't do anything with the radiator today, but I did get those, so I'll be able to mess with that at some point. So I shimmed it. It's 40 minutes later, it's 20 to 9. Went ahead and shimmed it, and I squared it up with a straight edge and an angle finder to make sure it's the same angle as the bottom pulley. Did the same thing with the alternator, and I mean it this time. I'm gonna go inside. I'm done. That's it. Put this thing on, and then I'm going in.